We're in London for Europe's premier high-stakes cash game. Tonight, 8 of the world's best will sit down with at least $100,000 of their own money in this no-limit Texas Hold'em poker game.
I love playing in big games.
The most exciting part about any cash game is the amount of money you can win.
A chance to, to show your skills that really matter is to be a winning poker player.
And with one of the strongest fields ever assembled, our stellar lineup are under pressure to perform in this, Europe's biggest televised cash game.
The reason why I want to play against these guys is because they are the best in the world.
I'm not intimidated by nobody at the table. Nobody intimidates me.
I feel like I have something to show them.
It's just the nature of my blood.
I don't think you're going to ever find that tougher lineup.
This is the FullTiltPoker.com $1 Million Cash Game.
Originally from Helsinki, Finland, and known by most in the poker world as Zygmunt, it's Ilari Sahamies. From Toronto, Canada, with nearly $2 million in live tournament winnings, is Peter Apathy Jetten. Just 22 years old, Justin Boosted J. Smith has substantial success in high-stakes short-handed ring games. Tom Dwan, or Durr, he plays poker online in the highest stakes regularly against the best in the world. The 2000 World Series of Poker main event champion, he has 5 World Series of Poker bracelets in all. Some call him Jesus, it's Chris Ferguson. Former model and tennis player, Patrick Antonius from Finland is always one of the most dangerous players in any game. Mike Matisow, Mike the Mouth himself. He has 3 World Series of Poker bracelets and over $7 million in live tournament winnings. And finally in seat 8, it's Phil Ivey. His record speaks for itself. 8 World Series of Poker bracelets, 1 WPT title, and over $13 million in tournament winnings. Without further ado, let's get to the action. I'm David Tuckman. Joining me in the booth today is World Series of Poker bracelet holder and Texan character. It's Robert Williamson III. Robert, we've got quite the lineup here.
We sure do, David. I'll tell you what. I'm glad I'm up here in the booth and not down there on the field this one time. Well, most of the time. We'll see later today. Maybe some of them go on tilt, and I wish I was down there. But right now, I can tell you, we got 4 incredible action players, and they're all spaced out just nicely. I think we're going to see a really, really good, fast-paced game today.
Blinds are $300, $600 to the $100 ante.
12 to play.
We're starting out, looks like with a straddle on this pot. 3, 6, 1200. That's when the first man past the blinds decides to put double the big blind.
Raise. 3600.
Peter Jetten seems to want to be the aggressor here. 6-8 of clubs. I'd rather be the raiser here than the caller with 6-8 of clubs. That's my preference by far. Well, he's in the hijack position anyway.
Well, action on the button. That's Justin Smith. He's going to call the 8-9 suited.
Pass.
Durr not going to play.
Pass.
Ferguson not going to play. But Antonius is going to play.
Can't say that I blame him. Ace-5 offsuit. A lot of flops can come down interesting here.
3, 5.
Oh, wow. Speak of the devil, what a flop for Patrick Antonius.
That's an interesting flop. Ace-5-3. Couple of spades out there. Justin Smith with the flush draw. Antonius with top 2 pair.
That's what makes this interesting. I love the check here because if anybody has a flush draw, he can put maximum pressure on him. Really love the way Antonius is playing this pot so far. Give himself a chance to win a big pot or force flush draw off their hand.
$7,200.
I like that, but he ain't going to like it here in a minute. This feels like the right size bet to make, and you might just pick it up there, but with 2 pair, I don't think he's going to get Antonius out. Antonius definitely, I would say, is going to make a raise here.
Raise.
There's the raise.
26,000.
It makes it 26,000. Jetton gets out of the way. Back over to Justin Smith. Now, Justin Smith only came into this pot with about 98,000.
Yeah, I suspect we're going to see an all-in by Justin Smith here or a fold. It seems hard to take a card off when he's already got over a fourth of his stack, close to a third of his stack in the middle. Can apply maximum pressure if he re-raises. Of course, we'll see a quick call by Patrick Antonius if he does. He might just lay this down.
Pass.
And he does. He lets it go. He realizes he can pick a better spot than that. A nice pot for Patrick Antonius.
12 to play.
Each of our players have bought in for $100,000. Blinds are 300, 600, the 100 ante.
Jack of diamonds exposed. First burn card.
I'll tell you what, this game is not short on action. With the 1200 straddle, is really going to make them want to chase. It's like chasing a rabbit at the dog track.
Raise. 36.
Jetton's going to raise this up with Jack 10 suited.
Pass.
Jetton's been one of the more active players at this table so far.
Pass.
Guess that where he gets his name from? Peter Jet.
Cool.
10.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
Cool.
Mike the Mouth calls. Ivy calls.
5, 8.
And look at this
Ace.
flop. 5,
Oh
8,
my
ace.
goodness.
It's a monster flop. Matisau's flop bottom set. Jetton has got the flush draw.
And Matiso leads at this pot.
57.
He's giving them a chance if they got a big ace to come over the top of them. I like this lead.
Pass.
Classic super system, Mike the Mouth, leading right into the razor. Of course, when I talk about super system, I'm talking about Doyle Brunson's book.
Now, Jetton could get in a little bit of trouble here because if he tries to represent a big ace and raise Mike off his hand, he might meet some resistance.
Cool.
Jetton calls. Here's a turn.
6.
6 clubs. Doesn't change anything.
It doesn't look like that card helped Mike Matiso at all. I suspect we'll see him lead again, thinking that Peter Jetton has a big ace. Give him a chance to lose some more money.
15-5.
And he bets 15-5.
15,500.
I like the size of the bet, too. If he is on a flush draw, give him a bad set of pot odds to make this call. Plus, Peter Jetton might go crazy and raise here. I love the way Mike Matiso's played his hand so far.
Yeah, some players would play this as a check raise, and by check raising your opponent, sometimes you blow your opponent off the hand. This way, Mike the Mouth has kept Jetton in.
Yeah, I think Mike led trying to play a really big pot. Because if Peter Jetton does have, say, ace-king here, maybe not ace-queen, ace-jack, he might not lose so much. But ace-king, he would have lost the big pot. I love the way Mike played it.
Let you get the first one, Mikey.
Yeah, you know.
Another straddle here. This time it's Zygmunt straddling in seat number 1.
1,200.
Who made a bad bet?
I was just tilted.
He never makes a bad bet.
Sure doesn't.
Did you say sure doesn't? Never made a bad bet versus you, except when I made bracelet bets.
No, just all those bracelet bets you made, they were real genius.
I'm ready to do the vegetarian thing again.
Justin Smith's going to raise this up with ace-10 offsuit.
100,000. Says you can't be a vegetarian.
I can do it for
100,000.
I can do it for me.
I couldn't do it for 10 million.
Howard told me how you hustled me in the bracelet bets.
I
It's
hustled.
not on you yet, Phil.
You talking about me?
Pass.
Yeah, he said that he asked you why you didn't just
Ivy's going to call with the suited king.
why you didn't just lay the odds against me.
I still don't think.
And then I heard your hustle, which was you said that you knew you were no chance to lose. You were free rolling because you knew you were going to win one.
And the 5s work so well for Mike the Mouth. Zygmunt's going to see if they work for him as well. And we're going to see this flop 3 ways.
7. King.
Yeah.
Jack. Check a bit. Check. Check.
It's a tough flop for Justin Smith. It's a tough flop for him to continuation bet. I'd be surprised if he does. That's a very coordinated flop.
7,300.
It's not going to stop him. Smith puts out there 7,300.
Yep, and I suspect we'll see a call from Phil Ivey.
Cool.
And he does call. Not much value in raising that if you're Ivy from out of position. Zygmunt can get out of the way, I'm sure.
Pass.
Now he passes, and we got heads up.
6.
6 diamonds doesn't change anything. And while Ivy is ahead, Justin Smith can actually catch a queen or an ace to win this hand.
It feels kind of weak right now. Justin Smith might actually be feeling that as well.
19,500.
19,500.
And he's going to bet 19,000. He announces it.
This is a very advanced play here. Double continuation bet. He fired 2 barrels, and wow, Phil Ivey makes a tough call. Can he triple barrel this? I don't think no way Justin Smith could triple barrel it. I know he senses weakness. If it comes a brick, he could be tempted to triple barrel this.
Pot now 45,700.
Oh, well, it put a hard flush out there, which will slow Phil Ivey down, but it also gave Phil Ivey 2 pair. Now he's going to be in payout position.
And the master bets
35,000.
35,000.
Here's why Phil Ivey made that bet. It's going to give Justin Smith a chance to pay him off if he has top pair. And if he gets re-raised, he can lay this down because he doesn't have enough of his stack committed.
Pass.
And obviously Justin Smith not going to make this call. Smith folds it away. Can't beat a king. Can't beat hearts. And Phil Ivey, more often than not, Phil Ivey on top of our leaderboards. And once again, our big winner in this game.
So Sigmund's got all the money now, so now he's just locked it up with a chastity belt. He has like a list written down. Phil Ivey, 1.5 million goal. He get to scratch your name off. Patrick, 1 million goal. Scratch the name off. Who you got left on that list?
The great Phil Ivey has the button in front of him.
Cole South.
And the straddling continues.
Cole South, I'm down like maybe
Cole
11
South.
million.
Yeah. He's a great player, man. How many million?
Blinds are 300, 600, but with a straddle and the continuous straddle that we've had since the start of this $1 million cash game, it's 3, 6, 12.
Raise 4,000.
Patrick Antonio is going to make it 4,000. That's a pretty big raise. We've been seeing the raise amounts right around 3x. And when I say 3x, I mean 3 times the big blind. He's making it 4,000. A little bit over 3x.
Hey, buddy, how's Jungle Man doing over there?
Well, I guess it's not just Mike the Mouth. It's Mike the Mouth with his little pet donkey.
Cool. 4,000.
And Justin Smith's got a hand that he might want to defend with. He's got Jack 10 off suit. The problem is he's short stacked.
Yeah, just about can't defend there. Hard with his stack size.
9 King Deuce.
Well, and we've seen this flop a couple of times. King 9 Deuce Rainbow.
Check.
Antonius with second pair top kicker.
Check.
Not a great flop for 2 6s.
Yeah, but if it goes check, check, and a deuce pairs the board,
Check or bet.
you could see some action.
It never occurred to you to bet neither side.
Check.
Well, I need action.
Check.
I quit football betting. I need action.
And the river fills up Antonius.
7,000.
Jetton bet 7,000. Strange bet by Jetton with the 6s. Is it a value bet?
Absolutely. I think he thinks he has the best hand right now. And frankly, if I was him, I would think I would too. You might get paid off by an ace high here.
22.
Raise 22,000.
Well, instead of getting the call, obviously he's going to get the raise. Antonius raises it up.
Well, that's the problem with this lead here. Now he's got a tough spot. It almost puts him in a position where he almost has to pay him off because he led it to pot. I would have preferred a check call here from Peter Jetton, especially because Patrick Antonius hasn't shown any aggression this whole hand. It's just hard to put him on a 9 or a deuce here, or even a king for that matter.
Making me guess.
Jetton's going to give it up.
That's actually a pretty darn good fold there from Peter Jetton. I might have paid that off myself. Just looked suspicious the way the hand came down.
Join us after the break for more action from the FullTiltPoker.com $1 million cash game.
Hello, Mr. Cunningham. Alan, it's a big pot out there, buddy. I'm all in. Don't be scared.
I call.
Only a donkey would make that call.
We play at FullTiltPoker.com.